Going on morning walks is the best thing which I like about exercise, and that's what I did just today. And this is my first video of 2019, and I painted a painting based on a photograph which I clicked on today's morning walk, and that's is what is coming up in this video. Hello, my name is Mandar, and as I mentioned, I'm going to paint a painting based on this photograph which I clicked during the morning walk this morning. And what I've done here is I've cropped the photograph and increased the saturation a bit just to get a feel of the colors. Otherwise the photograph was very much washed out. And then I did a very basic color study of the painting in my sketchbook, and now I'm ready to start painting on the paper. So I begin with a pencil drawing on the paper, and I just want to indicate the big shapes in this painting. I don't want to get into very detailed drawing. As it is, there is nothing much which is very detailed. It's all foliage. And now comes the first wash of the sky. I've used cobalt blue, and now I'm coming in with some green for the distant trees. As I come slightly towards the middle ground, I'm increasing the saturation and increasing the blue on my brush, and I'm also indicating some grass with yellow ochre which is on the side of the road. And now comes the color for the road, which I've made with some burnt sienna and some red. And that's the first wash. I'm allowing it to dry, and I realize once it is dry that the yellow ochre is kind of weak, so I'm adding some touches of yellow ochre in that space where the grass is going to be. And now I'm coming in with a darker mix of color, which is blue and a tinge of yellow, just to bring out the contrast between the background and the grass on the roadside. And now I'm indicating the shadows of the tree. It's funny that again I do it many times, that I draw the shadows first. And in this painting, what I've drawn that shadow first because I was waiting for the background trees to dry before I could get into the details. So now that the shadows are indicated, I'm coming in with a dark mix and a slightly thicker mix of color, and indicating the trees in the background. These won't be the biggest trees in this painting, but I just want to bring them in first, because after I paint the foreground trees, it will be slightly difficult to paint these. So I'm just using my rigger brush to indicate the stems of the trees, and I'm having fun with doing that because it's a lot of branches which I'm indicating. And that's one small tree which I've added on the right hand side just to keep the attention of the viewer from going out from that corner. So now I'm starting to paint the bigger trees on the left hand side. I've used a darker mix. This time it's burnt sienna, ultramarine blue and some red. And I'm painting the trees, and again there are a lot of tree branches to be drawn and painted, so I'm just going on with it. There's nothing special about this. I'm now indicating the shadow side of the rocks which are on the on the left hand side of the road, and also indicating the shadow which they cast on the road. I also want to darken the area around the rocks, and that's why I've added some brush marks of some yellow ochre and some burnt sienna there. And I'm just fine tuning the rocks now and increasing the darkness of the dark side And now what is happening is I'm being troubled with the empty area on the top right corner, so I'm trying to extend the trees a bit, but I'm still not happy, and I need to do something about it. So I'm just adding some details to the grass so that the contrast brings out the brightness of the yellow ochre. And I want to indicate or create some texture on the foreground. That's why I kept a paper and then splashed the brush to get some texture. And I'm darkening the shadow where near the trees, and I'm indicating some little rocks and on the path. I'm trying to indicate now few birds flying there, but then I'm still not happy. I need to get some blue, and that's what I'm doing in the corner so that it creates a vignette effect and the viewer's attention is captured. And I'm almost done with the painting. I'm indicating last few of the tree branches, and I'm kind of happy with the outcome. That rock which had lost its light, I brought it back, and it's time to sign. And this is the moment of truth. When you take out the tape, it gives a nice frame to the painting, and then you have it there. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook and Instagram so that you don't miss out on anything that I post. Until next time, happy art making.